Hey guys, what's up? Mike Locke here. Thanks for tuning in to another video blog. In this video, I want to talk about the discipline of problem solving and how it relates to UI to UX design, and how it is in my opinion, the skill of the future for UI UX designers. Over the past few weeks, I've been really diving into this discipline of problem solving and looking at it from a different angle, not necessarily just from a web UI design, UX design standpoint, but learning different processes on how people solve problems in other areas. You know, problem solvers span so many different verticals, and there's experts in so many different parts of the world. Like people, there's problem solvers in the military. There's good problem solvers in business. There's problem solvers in science and medical, in the medical field and things like that. And it's really interesting when I look at this, the discipline of problem solving. It's really interesting. It's fun to kind of break down, the problems and come up with different solutions. And we do this today in the UX design sort of process. As a UX designer, you're breaking down business requirements and you're looking at things from different angles, and you're trying to come up with good UI design solutions to solve for these business requirements. But I think in general, over the course of my growth as a UI UX designer, the main focus was really on building my visual UI design skills, and first and foremost, and coming up with beautiful aesthetics. That's what we all think about, right? But I think when you look at the future of UI UX design, the main skill of the future will be that of problem solving. Why? Because as time goes on, good design will become standard. It won't be the exception anymore. And you can already see it today. You don't have to be a good UX icon designer right now. Why? Because there are tons of beautiful icons at your disposal, to purchase, right? Same with just beautiful colors and buttons and things like that. That is going to become the standard as time goes on, right? People are going to be not looking at good design as, whoa, that's the exception, my site is beautiful design. No, people are going to be looking at problem solvers as, or UX designers and UI designers as, hey, can you help me solve these business issues? Can you help me break down these business requirements and help me generate more revenue by helping my users interact with my page better and things like that, right? So that's going to be the way of the future, and that's going to be the way we as designers need to educate people that are hiring us and looking for web designers, because that's is going to create more value for yourself as a UI UX designer. So when you look at the problem solving process, it goes like this. There's 5 simple steps. Step 1 is actually defining the problem. Okay, step 2 is gathering information about that problem. Step 3 is brainstorming and exploring solutions, okay, possible solutions. Step 4 is implementing that solution, and step 5 is evaluating the solution to see if it actually worked. All right, now that's the basic process for the problem solving process. And that spans so many different verticals, right? That process takes place in relationships and breaking down problems, in business or whatever, right? Now, when it comes to UI UX design, that process does take place in the UX design process, where when you're meeting with someone and you're about to design some interface or whatnot, the main step is breaking down the business requirements. That's step 1. That's the kickoff meeting that I always talk about. Step 2 is the research phase, where you're gathering information about what the things that you're trying to design for. You're going out there and researching ideas, researching other people's websites, other apps, and tools that you may need to solve for this particular problem. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3 is the prototyping phase, the brainstorming phase, where you brainstorm, you sketch, your wireframe, your prototype ideas, potential solutions, right? And step 4 is when you implement your UI designs. Okay, so you're implementing the solutions. And also from a development phase, is step 4 is when you're actually coding the UI designs. All right, then step 5 is you're monitoring your UI designs, your UX design, and making sure that users are able to use your systems and whatnot. And if not, what you do is you got to revert back to step 3 when you're brainstorming, prototyping, and whatnot, and go through the whole process again. But as you can see, that the problem-solving process is an integral part of the UX design process, and it is something that we do inadvertently a lot. But I think going forward, as UI UX designers, we have to start thinking of ourselves as problem solvers, you know, with the skill, with the high proficiencies in UI UX design, right? Definitely we're UI UX designers. We have to know top-notch visual to UI design skills. We have to be aware of the UX design process, but essentially we're problem solvers. And that's this thing that you're gonna have to start thinking about, and you know, for the future, and really start positioning yourself as a problem solver so that you can, you know, create more value for yourself as an individual, as a designer, and not just someone that, you know, can design pretty pages and whatnot, right? That conversation is already happening on the top scale in my level, like on the big tech companies. Tech companies are already having that conversation with people. They're not looking at me to design stuff. They're looking at me to solve, you know, UI UX design problems. And I think long term, you're going to see that trend take place, not just from the big tech companies, but all the way down to the small mom and pop shop. People aren't going to be asking for, hey, a web designer. They're going to be like, hey, we know that the web design is going to look good, but can you help me convert my sales into, you know, into this, right? Can you help me get more people using my site and interacting with my website and my web app and whatnot, and generating more sales for me? So that's the future, in my opinion. That's the future skill set, in my opinion, for UI UX designers. There's so much to be said on this topic. There's so much to be covered in terms of the problem solving discipline, like breaking it down into different steps. I will be covering that more so in my videos, in my tutorials, in my training courses and things like that. But I just wanted to touch on that and just talk about problem solving in general and how it is the way of the future and the skill of the future for UI UX designers. Hopefully it is something for you to think about, and you know, look out for more videos. I will be talking about this more so. All right, thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the like button if you appreciate the things that I talk about. Leave me a comment, and as always, check out my website, mlwebcode.com. You can look at things that I teach there on my training course, and always use the contact link on my website to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and look out for more videos. We'll be talking soon. Peace.